Hi guys, my name is Amanda and welcome to my channel Baby Tree. So today we're going to be deadheading all my flower plants. So basically what this means is that we just go along and we take off all the dead flowers off the plants. This can help because you no longer have all that extra dead weight hanging on the plants, which can kind of zap the energy of the plants. So visually it looks better because you don't have all that brown dead stuff on the plant, which looks better. And then also it helps the plant to kind of revive itself a little, and it might start putting out new blooms. So sometimes when I take the dead flowers off, all of a sudden the plant decides, hey, we now have more energy, we have more room, let's put out a whole heap of new flowers. So that's also a really good reason to do it. So sometimes if you're wondering why your plant just isn't putting out many flowers, try deadheading them if you haven't been, and see if the plant decides to put out new blooms, because it can be the difference between getting like maybe 5 flowers on a plant and getting like 100. Sometimes it really is that dramatic. So yeah, it can be really beneficial. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I hope you enjoy our video. Lately we've had really crazy weather. We've had big storms pretty much every single day. As you can see now, it's still very overcast. Luckily it's not raining right now, but you can see the damage it's done to these straw flowers. They really don't like the wet weather. They turn black, like actual black. You can see these fresh little babies, so happy and beautiful. But anything that has been in contact with the rain has turned black on the inside, and yeah, it's really not good. So today I'm going to be cutting all the dead ones off so that we are left with just healthy, fresh ones. Now I want you to also see down here, this is also black, so far up the stalk. I'm wondering whether to cut all that off as well. It's not very nice to look at, but I also don't want to damage the stalk too much. I do want them to still stay alive. So that's what we're going to be doing. So what I'm going to do is just start cutting anything that's dead. In here, it's not fully dead. They're still a bit brown. It's going to have a lot of seeds in there. So I'll leave that for now, but a lot of these others, man, they are going. And I try to cut them like right down at the bottom of the stalk. Cut all these dead things off, so that it looks a lot healthier. I just finished deheading these straw flowers, and already they look so much better, so much healthier. I am going to leave some of this brown still on the trees. I just don't want to damage the stalks too much, and then it affects the rest of the tree. But the tops are looking healthy and pretty now. I didn't cut everything off that was brown because they do tend to just go brown naturally in the center anyway. I mostly just tried to get the stuff off that was damaged from too much rain and weather, because I don't want it to kill the tree. But already that looks a lot better. Deadheading these ones, I literally just pull all these little dead flowers off. It's so simple and they come off really easy. They do tend to just fall off as well, but sometimes it's just better to pull them off. And this will hopefully increase more flowers. A lot of this brown in here that you can see is from the weather as well, but sometimes it has little seed pods, so I'm just gonna leave it for now just in case it dries out, and then we've got some nice seed pods that we can use to reseed and plant more. And then over here we have hooker. Now you can see very easily what is healthy and what isn't on this, and I'm just going to cut right down at the base of these stalks that are dead. I would keep them if they had some healthy seeds, but there really isn't a lot of healthy seeds in my garden at the moment with all the wet weather we've had. because you kind of want them to dry out. If they get too wet, they might not be very good. Over here, there's quite a lot of deadheading to do on this plant. So I'll go through and chop what I can off this one as well. So I just finished deadheading this hebe kiwi plant, and oh my goodness, it already looks so much better. Definitely less is more with this one, because if you have this bush covered in flowers but a lot of them are brown, it just doesn't look as nice at all. But just a few flowers on here, as you can see, I've just left a few. It looks so much healthier already, and it actually does look more full as well. So definitely going to keep trying to get on top of deadheading deadheading all the flowers on this one. Okay, so now I'm going to be deadheading all the flowers on these two lavender plants. They have been out of action for a while now, and there's no more flowers coming on them, no more bees. So we're going to be taking all of these flowers off, and we'll see if then it decides to produce more flowers or if it's done for the season, because we are still early spring. So if we take all of these off, it might just decide to shoot out a whole heap of new blooms. So we'll see how we go. Okay, they're looking a lot better now, a lot healthier, not as much weighing them down. I took off quite a lot, as you can see. Now I'm going to be doing this purple basil. I'm going to be taking off all these flower stalks, and it's also going to help it grow bushier instead of tall and stringy. Okay, so the basil is finished now. Now I'm going to look at this. This is my beautiful foxglove. I've got some beautiful new stalks coming up here, but this one here is hanging low because of the rain. It's really been hammered. I'm not going to cut these. They just pull out like that. So that's all I'm going to do for this one. I'm only taking the ones that come easily and are brown. That'll do for that. Okay. Now, this one, you can hardly actually even see the dead heads, but these are the beautiful flowers that this gets. It's so pretty. And these are the dead heads over here. So it's hard to hold the camera and do it at the same time. I'm just going to cut them off. It's where the flowers were and they've fallen off. They're not that brown, or some of them are, but it just cleans it up a little bit and helps more grow. Okay, now I have these messy spring onions at the moment. There's chives in here as well. They have pretty dainty little flower clusters, but as you can see, a lot of them are dead, so we're going to be taking them off. And I'll be doing it quite low, as you saw me do quite high up then, but I'm actually going to go quite low down the stalk. This alyssum is getting a little bit crazy, so I'm going to tidy this up as well. I'm just going to cut all this dead stuff off, just make it look a little bit healthier and nicer. So I gave it a bit of a hardcore chop, but there's still so much in here that's quite dead. I could go through for ages and pull it all out, but I'm just going to let it go, I think. It's already a big improvement from what it was. I've been tossing up whether or not to deadhead these flowers on this hydrangea. Obviously, they're no longer beautiful. They used to be pink and very pretty, and now they're looking a bit sad, but I don't know, some people tend to keep them on. But I think I will dehead them just to see if any more start to sprout, because again, it is early spring. So there is a good chance if I take these off, we might get another lot of blooms. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to follow it through. See what I can do. I might take that back further. And again here. This was such a beautiful hydrangea when it was in full bloom, and so pretty and pink, and these were all looking like little butterflies. So pretty. I have this other one over here as well, which is just stunning at the moment. It is so big and full and beautiful. I'm not going to touch that yet. So I just finished deadheading this hydrangea, but I'm actually so excited because while I was doing it, I discovered this little cluster over here. So we are going to be getting new flowers on here very soon. So that's exciting. And now I'm wondering if we're going to be getting more, and I'm looking all over to see if there's any more little clusters coming, which I'm sure we will get some soon. So it was a good idea to take those off so that they don't weigh down the plant, and now it can focus on putting out some beautiful new blooms. So these ones here, all I have to do is go through and just pull these little flowers off that are dead. It's pretty simple. I'm going to leave all these seed pods on because I actually want to collect them because I love the flowers in here that are so beautiful and dainty, and I love the way they stand up. We've got a little bit of a mix of Angelonia, I think it's called, and I don't know, they're sort of like a snapdragon, I can't remember what they're called. And then I've also got some Gophrena, I think it's called, and I'm going to take some dead flowers off this one. And I have some Celosia in here as well, which I actually do not want. I had Celosia in here a long time ago, made a big mistake. Once I got rid of it, and I replanted all these other beautiful flowers in here in the same soil. And that was the biggest mistake because the Celosia had actually spread seeds all throughout the soil, and as you can see, they are popping up everywhere. So, and there's all different colors. There's orange and red, and we had yellow and pink in here as well. And these have all just been shooting up, and I regret it because I'm not a big fan of it, and I actually want it gone. But yeah. And now all these other plants are kind of fighting, and I actually had another flower here, and all these new little seedlings have just taken over it, and it actually died. So Celosia to me is very invasive. The seeds just pop up like crazy. So be careful if you're growing that in your garden and you're not really wanting it to spread, because it will spread. And so I've taken off quite a bit today, and it just makes everything look just that little bit more tidier. It's really when you look up close that you can really notice the difference, taking all that dead weight off. So I'm hoping that now that I've removed a lot of this, we're going to have a lot more blooms coming through, nice new fresh ones, getting off all these dead ones. That's the plan. And hopefully taking off that dead weight, the plants also will thrive and do better as well. So that's our video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. It's definitely something to try and keep on top of because I let mine go, and it did end up taking about an hour and a half to do all my flowers, so it can be quite time consuming. But if you keep on top of it regularly, obviously it won't take as long. I think the lavender took the longest. I was surprised just how many flowers were on there that I needed to take off, so that took quite a while. But yeah, try and keep on top of it, and thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.